Hello everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Donna. We are going to be making up some candy, I just finished making up some of my chocolate fudge. You can never have enough chocolate fudge, but I wanted to make a pecan praline, actually pecan coconut praline. Little candies, and I like to give those out as gifts with my fudge and cookies and stuff. And I know all of us are looking for different candies and stuff to make, and this is a good one, so I wanted to get on and share it. So here in my pot, my good old pot, I always use it. I like this pot. Here I have 1.5 cups of light brown sugar and 1 cup of granulated white sugar. I just had them mixed together there. So 1.5 cups of brown sugar, lightly packed, and a cup of white sugar. Okay. Into that, let me get my stove turned on there. And I have a 1/2 cup. You can do evaporated milk or a 1/2 cup or half and half. Whatever one you have will work, and that's a 1/2 cup. I have a 1/2 cup of Caro syrup. Get that in there. And that's 1/2 cup. Get it all out. And I have 1 stick of real butter. That's 1/2 cup of butter, real butter, which is usually comes in 1 stick forms like that. Now what we're going to do is stir this up. Boy, that syrup's got my hands all sticky. What we're going to do is stir this up, and we're going to wait for this to come to a boil. Now once it comes to its boil, we're going to cook it over medium heat. Let it boil, let it do its thing, and you want it to come to softball stage, which is usually probably about 235 on your candy thermometer, or drop it in some cold ice water, and roll it between your fingers, and if it forms a nice firm soft ball, it's ready. But usually it takes about 4 minutes and you'll be there, but you don't time it until that till the boil starts. Once that good boil starts on here, you're going to cook it for about 4 to 5 minutes. 4 minutes usually is what it takes to reach that 235, that softball stage. But just until we get the boil going, that's when you will start timing it. You're looking at 235 on your candy thermometer if you're using it, or use the softball, with your fingers in the cold water. Okay, so I'm going to let this cook for softball stage 235, probably 4 minutes. I wanted you guys to see what kind of boil I got going on here. Now once it starts boiling, don't stir it no more. Leave it alone. Test it at maybe 3 minutes. See if you're at that 235 mark, or softball like I said. But let me check my time here. Okay, that's gonna boil just like that, medium boil, till we get there, and get you a big sheet with some aluminum foil or parchment, whatever you have. That way you can drop your candies on that, and get you an ice cream scoop, or I can't even find my ice cream scoop, just my tiny little one, so I'm just going to use my tablespoon and drop them on. It doesn't matter what size you make them, make them big as you want. But an ice cream scoop usually works well, but I think my grandbaby's done lost it on me, or it's in their toy box, and I'm not about to go through it, so I'm going to use a tablespoon. So I'm going to cook that to 4 minutes. All right, guys. Now, I did mine with the cold water. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Just get you some ice cold water. Drop that liquid in there. And then pull it up out of there. Those of you who are not familiar with the cold water test, and then just swirl it around. And if you can get a ball, see that ball there? It's done, but you don't want it hard. It's a soft ball. Now, if it flattens right away, it's not ready. But I'm at 235 there on my candy thermometer. Okay, now get my rag here. To this, I'm going to be adding in, just making sure you guys can see that. I have, let me get my pecans over here. Pecans. I call them pecans. I have here 2 cups of unsweetened coconut. We don't need it sweetened. It's sweet enough with all that sugar. So we have 2 cups of unsweetened coconut. I have 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And 2 cups, which I toasted these in the beginning. Just toast them in your pan. You're not looking to brown them. You're just, once you start smelling them, they're done. You're just barely going to start warming them. Bring out those oils, and it just makes a better praline when they're toasted. In my opinion, it does. So we're going to get this stirred up. I can smell that vanilla. Smells good. Now I'm going to stir this and stir this and stir this. Probably a good 3 to 4 minutes till it starts getting really thick. And I'm not going to let y'all, or have y'all sit here watching me stir, because you'll probably be like, why didn't you edit that part out? But I'm going to stir till this gets really thick. And once it starts happening, we got to work quickly to get this out and scooped onto our cookie sheet. So probably a few minutes, 2 to 3, 4 minutes. Okay, now you can see how thick that is already. We need to start getting this out. So I'm going to get this scooped on my cookie sheet. See how thick that is? Starts getting too thick on y'all. Just put it back on the stove real quick and work with it quick. I don't like that spoon method. So what I'm doing here is just, even though it's really warm, I'm just doing it like a, see there? Roll it like a meatball. And just, can you see that? And just gently pat it, you know, to whatever thickness you want. These are really good, you guys, but I'm going to finish them up. Alrighty, guys. Just wanted to set the scene there for you. You know, these are really good if you wrap them like individual. And first off, mine cooked 3 minutes. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. It's very important if you want a good praline with, you know, the coconut in it, cook it correctly. You want to make sure it's cooked, because if you overcook it, they're going to be dry and hard. So just mine, it just depends on how fast your boil is, how hard it is, how high you have your temperature. Mine was kind of high, so it only took 3 minutes. So by all means, keep an eye on it. Whether, you know, if you're not familiar with the softball stage, with, you know, using the cold water method, you go get yourself a candy thermometer. You know, you don't want to waste all, because pecans are not cheap, you know. You don't want to waste your ingredients. I just want to give a heads up on that. Mine only took 3 minutes, but I have, you know, I like to wrap them individually with some saran wrap and put them in some little containers as little gifts. You know, get you some, you can get a lot of these, you know, these containers. I save them throughout the year. This one's actually old. But, you know, cookies, candies, fudges, these little ones here, you know, $1. You know, I've had it for years. Brand new, you know. And I usually get them when they go on sale. But anyways, that's not what we're here for, about sales and blah, blah, blah. But let me show you the praline there. See how good that is? Look at there. They're good and creamy. But I wanted to share it with y'all. Like I said, make you some up for the holidays. Give them out as gifts, or on your like me, I have a table every year in my living room there, and I pile it up with all kinds of goodies for the grandbabies and whoever comes over, you know. I love to bake, and I love to share it with you guys. So give it a try. Let me know what you think. Please help and support my channel, guys. Hit that the subscribe button and that bell if you want notifications when my next video is going to be uploaded. So Till next time, we will see you guys later and enjoy the candy. Stay safe, y'all.